Hello everybody, it is Nicole from iiKiui and welcome to Inktober Day 5. So today we have a Seamstress Witch, and that's basically a woman who sews. But I guess in this case it is a witch that sews. When I designed her, I kind of had an idea of what I wanted. At least I wanted her to have the needle and thread, so that was the main goal for this design. However, I did realize along the way that I didn't know what I wanted her to wear. And you can already see that she has a very simple outfit, and that's because I honestly had no idea what to put her in. However, I did want to make sure that the focus was more on the needle and thread and the cloth that she's holding, just because it emphasizes the seamstress part of the image. So because of that, I chose very simple clothes for her. I just gave her some boots and then a dress. There was a couple times during this when I was inking it that I accidentally didn't let it dry fast enough, and I accidentally swiped the page, which made the ink smear. This is basically what I'm trying to prevent in Inktober, prevent myself from getting into that habit where I swipe the page before the ink dries, because this has happened to me a lot. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm very impatient when it comes to art. That's why for this Inktober I wanted to focus more on taking my time and taking the time to make it good and not rush it, because a lot of the time I rush it, especially for YouTube videos, just because I know my camera can't take more than like an hour and a half. And most of the time my art pieces take about an hour and a half to even 3 hours, so that's why I tend to skip some things, and it's also why I rush. But with Inktober, I am trying to be less impatient, and for this one in particular, I don't know if that was very effective, but in the past I know I've drawn a lot slower and it's helped a lot, so hopefully I'll see more progression within the month. So the marker that I chose was an Artist Loft marker in Y11, also known as Canary. It is a very bright, saturated yellow, and what you would imagine a canary yellow would look like. And for the most part, I chose this because I didn't have a yellow in my sequence yet. Usually I try to choose colors that are not repeated in the past, or at least are not similar yet, so that when they're next to each other, on Instagram or on YouTube, they're not all the same shade. I also didn't know what color to apply to a seamstress because I don't think they have a color that's like descriptive of a seamstress, so I just chose one that fit within the rest of the witches. For her overall color scheme, I decided to make her dress white instead of black, because if I made her dress white, then her hat and her boots would probably have to be white, and even though it may have given the yellow cloth a little bit more contrast, I think having too much white on her would make her look very unfinished. So instead I gave her a white dress and shaded it with the Artline fine liner, and then I made her boots and her hat black. Usually I try to balance out each image by giving an equal amount of white, black, and the color. The most difficult part is when two black pieces intersect. So for example, the boots, they are both supposed to be black, but if I color them all in, then they would look like two blobs. The silhouette could help, but to give it more definition, I just left a sliver of white in between it to make it look almost like an outline. So overall, I really like how this one turned out. Although I never really studied cloth in depth, I probably should. This has made it very clear to me that I need to practice more. But I do like how she turned out, and I hope you guys did too. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Keep drawing, keep painting, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!